What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 features your 2020 Sonata has been hiding from you. All right, guys, so if you're familiar with this channel at all, you know that I've made videos in the past on the 2019 Tiguan, 2019 Silverado, 2020 Ram 1500, and a few others, talking about 5 hidden features that may not be what plasters the promotional material or is a headlining feature in a keynote or an announcement, things like that. I'll read through the manual, I'll look on forums, or I'll just dig through the settings myself and try and find little things here and there that you may not already know about. So for the most part on the 2020 Sonata, everything's on the inside because, as you can see, it's a fresh redesign. All of these kind of features are headliners. But there is one thing that I want to talk about before we go ahead and hop inside the cabin. And that it definitely is something more familiar and more known about the new Sonata, but it is this chrome strip that runs down the side of the car. Now, at first glance, you'll notice that right here, you've got LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and you'll notice they kind of arc around and intersect with this chrome piece that runs the length of the car. Now, the cool part and the hidden part, quite literally, is that this chrome piece is in fact metal and chrome, and it runs all the way down, but when it hits right here, it starts a gradient effect, which, if you don't know what a gradient is, it's just a basically like a dissolved transition, a subtle transition between one color and transparency, or one color and another color. So you get this gradient effect right in the middle of my video. You have this gradient effect between the metallic piece and the actual headlights themselves. So this section from here to here is your daytime running light, all the way here and then all the way up here. So you get this almost, I almost hesitate to call it seamless because there's a literal seam right there, but it goes around and then it slowly fades into this metallic piece. It's just so cool, so modern, so sleek. Talked about it in my complete review of the Sonata. If you want to watch that, check the card above. But super, super cool, super, super fancy new design that I really haven't seen anywhere else. So quite literally, you've got a hidden daytime running light that intersects with and combines with this metallic piece that runs up and around the trim of your windows. So let's move on to number 2, inside the cabin. All right, so we looked at the hidden DRLs outside, but there are a few things here on the inside that I think you may miss on first glance. Now, most of them have to do with digging through the infotainment center, but that's to be expected. Everything else is you're looking right at it, so it's not as hidden. But one of the cool things that I stumbled upon during my full review, if you've seen that, you know what I'm talking about. It's this Sounds of Nature option. So number 2 is Sounds of Nature. So if you click on that, which you may miss because it's not something that really stands out, you'll be presented with a list of different sound effects. Basically, you've got lively forest, calm sea waves, rainy day, open air cafe, warm fireplace, and snowy village. And you can use your Bose 12-speaker Centerpoint audio system to listen to how good this system sounds. And I think it's more of a tech demo really for your Bose system, but it is actually surprisingly relaxing and something, again, like I said, you might miss on first glance. So let's take a quick listen to all the different options. So we've got lively forest. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen so I don't have to talk over it. And there you have it, sounds of nature, showing off that Bose audio system here inside the Sonata. So let's go ahead and move on to number 3, and that is your ambient interior lighting. So again, this is something that's basically buried inside of the settings menu, but it's a super cool feature. I think this should be a headlining feature that should be easily accessible. So what you're gonna wanna do if you wanna customize the lighting inside your cabin is you're gonna swipe over, go to Setup, go to Vehicle, and then you're gonna scroll down to Lights, and then you'll click on Ambient Light, and you're presented with a brightness option, so you can turn that all the way up or all the way down or anywhere in the middle, and then you hit Color, and you've got a bunch of colors to pick from: Polar White, Moon Blue, Ice Blue, Ocean Blue, Jade Green, Orchid Green, Freesia Yellow, Sunrise Red, Aura Purple, and Lightning Violet. But you can also do custom colors. If you go ahead and hit Set Custom Color, you'll be presented with a wheel that has 64 different colors on it that you can choose from. Get a whole spectrum, all kinds of different options. Super calm to like super aggressive red, you know, super cool. I love it. I love being able to customize that depending on, it's depending on your mood, or depending on, you want to have some flexibility. And I think it's great. And I'll show off a little bit in the dark so you guys can see what it looks like. Now, number 4 is found, again, digging through the settings. It's not readily accessible, but I think it should be because it's a fantastic feature to have in here, and that is the blue light filter. Now, I'm sure you guys are familiar with what a blue light filter is, but if you're not, basically, modern screens give off kind of a harsh blue light. It's harsh on our eyes, it's harsh on our brains and how we process that light, and it causes us to have, overactive stimulation in our brain. So a lot of phone manufacturers, computer manufacturers have implemented these filters or applications that can turn the tint of your screen more to like a warm orangey tint versus the harsh white or blue tint that we're used to seeing on modern displays. And this does much of the same. So without the blue light filter on, you have a harsh blue light coming off of your screen. But if you navigate to Settings, then navigate to Display, you've got your display mode, which will automatically adjust the brightness of your display. You've got illumination, so you can turn down the brightness of the instrument cluster. And then you have right here, blue light filter. So you can go ahead and turn that on. And it does exactly what it says. Reduces eye strain by limiting the amount of blue light emitted when outside brightness is low. So you can change that to less warm with 1, or all the way up to 9, which is more warm. So now if you go back, you'll notice the display is much warmer than it was previously. So that can be super awesome if you're driving at night and you've got that harsh white light glowing in your eyes and you want something that's a little more relaxing, a little more stress-free on your eyes and on your brain. So really cool blue light filter, hidden in the menu system, but it is there. Now the 5th and final one that I want to talk about, again, is one of those things. It's not something that's really mentioned or talked about, but it's a pretty helpful feature. And it kind of goes along with that, the blue light filter a little bit, but it is on the digital dash, and it is the driver attention warning. So basically what this does is it uses all the cameras built around the car to monitor your driving habits, kind of analyze the data of how you're driving to determine whether or not it thinks that you may, be experiencing some kind of fatigue while driving. So if you're not adjusting the turns as quickly as you maybe should be, or kind of drifting a little bit in and out of lanes, it'll be like, hey, listen up, you probably should take a break. That's basically what it says on the screen. It gives you a little coffee cup and says, hey, either your attention is high and you're driving effectively, or your attention is low and you should probably rest and take a break because you're most likely fatigued. So on a long road trip, this could be helpful. A lot of people like to tough it out and say, oh, we'll go another hour, go another 2 hours, but that could be dangerous. You could be experiencing serious fatigue that you're trying to fight through, but it may not be safe for you or the other people in the cabin with you. So that's just cool to have. Subaru has a similar type of feature they call driver focus distraction mitigation system. And it has a little camera here, and it monitors your face at all times. And so if it sees you kind of turn away or look up, or it sees your eyes closed, it'll beep at you. And it can even bring the car to a complete stop in the case where you need that if you fall asleep at the wheel, quite literally. This isn't as detailed or as extreme as that, but it does give you a nice ding, and it actually gives you a little meter on the digital dash showing you, okay, over the last 23 miles or 23 minutes, this is how high your attention's been or how low your attention's been. So pretty cool feature to have, but it is one of those things, again, that's kind of hidden in the menus. So, but it is there, so the driver attention warning. All right, guys, and those are the top 5 hidden features inside the all-new 2020 Hyundai Sonata. Drop a like on the video if you loved it. Tell me in the comments down below, did I miss one? Which one's your favorite? Let's have a conversation about it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be among the first to see our full review of every single Hyundai vehicle as soon as it hits our lots. We'll see you in the next one.